Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 2025 Matriculation Ceremony. My name is Camille Lizarribar, and I am Dean of Students, and I am really delighted to welcome all of you. Let's begin by welcoming the students of the class of 2029. Students of the class of 2029. Transfer students, let's give them a shout out. And families and friends to Matriculation. To our families, parents, and guests, a little bit of housekeeping. If you or a member of your party needs to be indoors, we will be streaming the matriculation ceremony and President Kumar's address to auditoriums in Barnum Hall, room 104, and Eden Hall, room 250 and 260. Seating is limited. Barnum Hall is to my right on that side, behind the jumbo statue, and Eden Hall is to my left. We are also live streaming on Tufts' website for those guests who could not be here with us today. Restrooms are located in Barnum Hall and in Dowling Hall. The procession will now begin. Please welcome the class of 2029 and new transfer students. Let's give them a big welcome. All right. And now, please welcome the faculty marshals. Representing the faculty of the School of Arts and Sciences, Barbara Wallace Grossman, Professor of Theater, Dance, and Performance Studies. And one more second. Representing the faculty of the School of Engineering, Chris Swan, Dean of Undergraduate Education and Professor of Civil and Environmental Engineering, and the Faculty of Arts and Sciences and the School of Engineering. Now I'll give them a big welcome. Please welcome President Sunil Kumar, members of the Board of Trustees, members of the Tufts administration, and our Master of Ceremony, Professor Boris Hasselblad.
The Matriculation Convocation of Tufts University is assembled. Please rise for the land acknowledgement, which will be offered by Director of our Indigenous Center, Vernon Miller, and please remain standing for the invocation, which will be offered by our University Chaplain, Elise Nelson Winger.
Before we proceed, I would like to acknowledge the Indigenous land in which we sit. This land is the territory of the Massachusetts, Pawtucket, and their neighbors, the Wampanoag and Nipmuc peoples, who have stewarded this land for hundreds of generations. We must recognize the repeated violations of sovereignty, territory, and water perpetuated by invaders and colonizers that have impacted the original habitats of this land for 400 years. We extend our respect to citizens of these nations who live here today, their ancestors who have lived here for over 500 generations, and to all Indigenous people. We also affirm that this acknowledgement is insufficient. It does not undo the harm that has been done and continues to be perpetrated now against Indigenous people, their land, and water.
Greetings and joy be with you all on this hallowed hill, where students once just 7 strong, now numbering in the thousands, have shared in this ritual of forever belonging to Tufts' ways of wisdom and knowledge, peace and light. Listen this morning to the sounds of Tufts, carillon bells and bird song, a cappella voices and families' applause. Listen to sounds of confidence and hope echoing through tree and leaves, speakers and stone. This is a song of welcome for each of you. For you, as theologian Howard Thurman once proclaimed, are the only you who has ever lived. You're not a number, not a statistic. You are a beloved human being already making this university new. So listen, as Thurman also enjoined, for the sound of the genuine in yourself. In these days and semesters to come, listen for what inspires and baffles you, for what challenges and enlivens you, for you have your own song to sing from lab to field, classroom to stage. We need you to become your genuine you, so that together we can sing tough songs of service and scholarship, love and light into our world, now and forevermore. May this be so.
Will the Assembly please be seated? Students and family, today's platform includes many members of the university administration who will be particularly important to students in your time at Tufts University. might I ask the individuals being introduced to please rise briefly and then be seated as I introduce you. And I ask the audience to hold their applause until the last person has been introduced. The Associate Deans of Undergraduate Advising, Leah Gadd, School of the Museum of Fine Arts. Matthew Beloff, School of Arts and Sciences. Caitlin Casey, School of Arts and Sciences. Jarvis Chen, School of Arts and Sciences. Tanisha Leathers, School of Arts and Sciences. The University Chaplaincy, Elise Nelson Minger, University Chaplain. Daniel Bell, Protestant Chaplain. Naftali Brower, Jewish Chaplain and Executive Director, Hillel. Lynn Cooper, Catholic Chaplain and Associate Director, University Chaplaincy. Vinitha Mahayaye, Buddhist Chaplain. Khan Shariani, Muslim Chaplain. Anthony Cruz Pantojas, Humanist Chaplain. Tufts Senior Leadership, Vernon Miller, Director of the Tufts Indigenous Center. Carmen Lowe, Dean of Academic Advising and Undergraduate Studies for the School of Arts and Sciences. Jennifer Stephen, Dean of Academic Advising and Undergraduate Studies for the School of Engineering. J.T. Duck, Dean of Admissions and Enrollment Management. Camille Lizaribar, Dean of Students. Dana Cunningham, Dean of the Jonathan M. Tisch College of Civic Life. Sherry Faltenier, Dean of the School of Museum of Fine Arts at Tufts. Barbara Brizuela, Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences. Kyungbom Lee, Dean of the School of Engineering. Ted Tai, Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees. Marianne Yunus, Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees. Caroline Jenko, Provost and Senior Vice President. And Sunil Kumar, President of the University. I call forward Carmen Lowe, Dean of Academic Advising and Undergraduate Studies for the School of Arts and Sciences.
New students, in a few minutes, you will be officially matriculated into Tufts by your school dean. The matriculation ceremony is a long-standing tradition to mark your entry into Tufts. You are now seated where you will sit in a few years when you graduate. The songs you will hear at the end of the ceremony will be repeated at graduation. The illumination ceremony tonight will mark your first night as Tufts students and will be repeated your last night as Tufts students, the night before you leave campus as alumni. All of us seated on the stage today, as well as the faculty assembled here and the Tufts staff and families around us, want to see each of you seated here again at graduation. As you start your years at Tufts, take to heart this message. You belong here. You are part of this community, and we welcome the light you bring to this hill. We are all here to support you and to nurture your growth. I now call forward my colleague, Camille Lizaribar, Dean of Students, for a jumbo welcome to Tufts.
Thanks, Carmen. Hello, Jumbos, and welcome to your new community. It is really lovely to see all of you gathered here together for this first time. Now, this is a period of your life that is marked by a lot of advice, so I will keep this short, sweet, and focused. I know you're going to be very busy with classes, busy with student organizations, busy with athletics, but please, do me a favor. Do less. Seriously. Very intentionally, make yourself do less. You can't do all the things, or most likely not well. So give yourself permission to choose your yeses and your nos. And as you begin to do a little less, which I know does not come easy to many of you here, take that newfound time to just hang out. Hanging out. It's a verb that looks like a hammock of short letters between two tall ones. That was once a time-honored college tradition. And in very recent years, all kinds of things have taken out a lot of the joy and even the chance of just hanging out with friends, with people. Hang out with your roommates, your teammates, the people in your student orgs, the students in your class or your lab, that kid down the hall. Actually, you can even hang out with yourself. No plan in mind. That counts. Most of my closest friends to this day are people that, while I was a student, somehow I managed to just spend a lot of time with. What did we do? Not a lot. What did we talk about? I have no idea. But that time without a purpose was an essential part of how we figured out who we were and what we wanted to become. Who were we going to be? So we connected and we built relationships. And at the end of the day, this place, this campus, is made real for each of us through our relationships. So by all means, do, achieve, explore, join. They are all great action verbs. I know you're already really great at those because if not, you wouldn't be here. So my advice is invest in mastering that lost art of hanging out. Please, do a little less and bring that tradition back, because the very best part of why you came here is sitting all around you, and you don't want to miss out on that. Thank you.
I call forward Joseph Duck, Dean of Admissions and Enrollment Management, for the presentation of the class of 2029 and our new transfer students.
My colleagues in the admissions office and I had the honor of reviewing your applications and the responsibility of building an academically accomplished, intellectually curious, and collaborative class of scholars as the Tufts University class of 2029. We have full confidence that each and every one of you is well prepared for the rigors of our classrooms, our laboratories, and our studio spaces, and that you will contribute your unique voices, experiences, and perspectives to our community. As you begin your Tufts journey, please allow me to share with you a bit about who you are as a class. Sitting in front of me today are students arriving from Phoenix, Arizona, Chicago, Illinois, Trenton, New Jersey, Birmingham, Alabama, Manchester, New Hampshire, Jacksonville, Florida, Silver Spring, Maryland, Albuquerque, New Mexico, and Reedsburg, a small town of 10,000 people in central Wisconsin. You're here today from Los Angeles, Topeka, Kansas, Charlotte, North Carolina, all 5 of New York City's boroughs, Portland, Oregon, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Dallas, Texas. In fact, this class ties the record of the largest cohort of students ever to enroll at Tufts from Texas. Several of you are from Norfolk, Virginia. In fact, this class breaks the record for the largest ever cohort of students from Virginia to come to Tufts. And you're here from Seattle, Washington. This class also breaks the record for the largest ever cohort of students from Washington State. Many of you come from the great state of Massachusetts, from our host communities of Somerville, Medford, Boston, and Grafton, as well as from Barnstable, Lawrence, Chelsea, Martha's Vineyard, New Bedford, Worcester, Springfield, Great Barrington, and dozens of other communities all across the state. Altogether, there are more than 40 US states represented here today, plus Washington, DC, Puerto Rico, Guam, and the Mariana Islands. You've also arrived here today from more than 60 countries around the world, including from Sao Paulo, Brazil, Shanghai, China, Istanbul, Turkey, Accra, Ghana, Athens, Greece, Toronto, Canada, Mumbai, India, Dubai, United Arab Emirates, Kigali, Rwanda, Singapore, Seoul, South Korea, Madrid, Spain, Bangkok, Thailand, London, United Kingdom, and 2 of you are here today from Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, one of whom I spent 45 minutes talking with in your college advisor's office at your high school last September. I'm glad you're here. As in recent years, more than 200 new international students are joining the Tufts community today. My colleagues and I spend months each year recruiting the most talented students from across the United States and from all around the world as our geographic reach expands. Our new first-year students attended more than 1,100 unique high schools on 6 continents. 26% of those schools have not had a student enroll at Tufts in the last 5 years, if ever. So very many of you are trailblazers from your school communities. Our transfer students, including students in our resumed education for adult learners program, are enrolling from nearly 40 colleges and universities across North America. This includes students from Massasoit Community College, Massachusetts Bay Community College, and Bunker Hill Community College right here in Massachusetts. Our transfer cohort includes students who served in the United States Army, the United States Navy, and the United States Marine Corps. Thank you for your service. More than 200 of you will be among the first generation in your families to graduate from a 4-year college. I too was a first-generation college student. I see you, and you belong here. More than 40 of you matched with Tufts through the QuestBridge Match Program, our largest cohort yet. Sitting in front of me today are some of the newest, most talented Division III athletes in the nation, who will go on, no doubt, to become members of national championship winning teams. Go Jumbos. And several of you are here today who were kind enough to let me lead 1,000 people in singing happy birthday to you during our April Jumbo Day campus events. So I'm glad you're here. In reading your applications, the admissions committee was impressed by your myriad accomplishments, the ways in which you have engaged with your communities, and the array of academic interests you hope to explore while at Tufts. You are so much more interesting than you think you are. One of you served as a co-president of the Schultz Fellows, a bipartisan discussion group at your high school that facilitates discussion of political and current events across points of view, supporting students in finding common ground and working through differences of perspective. One of you loves math and puzzles and strategy games and gets to put those interests to good use as an escape room game master at the Glenwood Adventure Company in Glenwood Springs, deep in the White River National Forest in Colorado's Rocky Mountains. One of you is deeply committed to supporting people dealing with social isolation or mental health challenges, and you live that commitment in part by working for the California Youth Crisis Line as a crisis counselor. One of you was the founder and president of your school's introvert club. And had such a club existed when I was in high school, I would have been a member of it. One of you lives on a small island 4.5 miles off the coast of Portland, Maine. In order to get to school each day, you needed to hop on a ferry to take the 45-minute ride to the mainland. And you've been doing that for the last 6 years, which has contributed to your passion for the sea and for sailing. One of you lives out your commitment to civic engagement by serving as a delegate for the participatory budgeting process in Cambridge, Massachusetts, just down the street, ensuring that resident voices are heard as the city allocates its $2 million community fund. One of you is an incoming student in the Bachelor of Fine Arts program whose art examines and critiques the influence of the internet on modern society. You submitted an ambitious and imaginative art portfolio depicting mechanical sea creatures as symbols of all-consuming social media and digital life in the 21st century. In addition to being a district representative on the Louisiana Legislative Youth Advisory Council, one of you is a dedicated ecological and environmental conservationist who has spent your senior year of high school researching alligators in the bayous and marshes off Avery Island in Louisiana. One of you is a cellist in the Greater Miami Youth Symphony, and another of you is principal first bassoon in the San Jose Youth Symphony Philharmonic Orchestra. One of you works over 20 hours a week at a local market basket here in Massachusetts. Another of you works 20 hours a week at a local AMC movie theaters. You've worked at Comello's Restaurant, Canopy Lake Park, Hannaford Supermarkets, Pizza Hut, Tuscan Sea Grill in Newburyport, Massachusetts, Dutch Brothers Coffee in Pensacola, Florida, Sweet Cow Ice Cream in Denver, Colorado, and Mike's Pastry right here in Boston. You've been translators for your family members, big siblings to your younger siblings, and important caregivers to elderly grandparents. One of you wanted to honor the contributions of Elizabeth Cady Stanton to the women's suffrage movement and to your hometown of Tenafly, New Jersey. As part of that interest, you worked with your town's Historic Preservation Committee to build a Lego replica of Stanton's Tenafly home, which was displayed in the local library. And another of you is an incoming engineer who established a, quote, band of Lego builders club at your school, where you took the lead on designing a Lego model of your high school's enormous and architecturally significant library. And then you built the library out of 86,000 Lego pieces with a team of more than 60 faculty, staff, and students from your school. That was a rabbit hole that the admissions committee fell down as we started to look at all the pictures of the library you had built. So each of you brings your own set of interests and talents, and each of you has had an impact on the communities you've called home before arriving today. I will close by citing one of your essays that made a particular impression on the admissions committee, both for its topic and for what we learned about how you view the world. You wrote, "I come from a family of clowns, not in a metaphorical sense, red-nosed, long-shoed clowns." You then went on to describe your family's long history with being clowns, before you wrote, "I think the most important thing that being raised by clowns taught me was never to be afraid of the unconventional. The world is what we make of it, and we get to choose how we would like to spend our time on it." Being a clown wasn't the most profitable career, nor was it taken very seriously. Yet it was what my dad and many other family members wanted to do. They followed their hearts and found a way to make it work. They gave me the belief that I could truly become whatever I wanted to be. That's one of my favorite takeaways as I think about who you are as a class and what it means to start your university journey. Quote, "The world is what we make of it, and we get to choose how we would like to spend our time on it. I could truly become whatever I wanted to be." So regardless of where you're coming to Tufts from, regardless of who you were in high school or your prior institution, every one of you now has an extraordinary opportunity here at Tufts, a chance to learn more about who you are, what makes you tick, and how you thrive in a new environment. Who you grow into might be someone with different interests, different friend groups, and different aspirations than who you arrived as today. And that's okay. In fact, it's wonderful. University is about expanding your horizons, expanding your knowledge, and realizing just what you are capable of. What the admissions office has done is select the members of the class that we think will push and challenge and support each other, students who will help you grow into the best students you can become. Our job was to identify exceptional students. Your job is to build the community. You are sitting here surrounded by some of the most accomplished and interesting people on the planet. Get to know them, learn with them, and learn from them. And I can't wait to see what you do and who you grow into over the next few years. Congratulations to the class of 2029. And now, I would like to ask Kyung-Boom Lee, Dean of the School of Engineering, and Barbara Buzuela, Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences, to join me. Dean Lee, I have the honor to present to you 298 new students who have enrolled in the School of Engineering. I certify that these students have fulfilled our entrance requirements and are judged ready to become undergraduates at Tufts University. Will these students please rise and be recognized?
On behalf of the faculty of the School of Engineering, we welcome you to the university. As you prepare to join the Tufts community, it is our hope that through your experience here, you will gain in knowledge and in wisdom. Congratulations, you're now officially matriculated.
Students, please be seated. Dean Buzuela, I have the honor to present to you 1,528 new first-year and transfer students who have enrolled in the School of Arts and Sciences, which includes new students in the School of the Museum of Fine Arts here at Tufts. I certify that these students have fulfilled our entrance requirements and are judged ready to become undergraduates at Tufts University. Students, please rise and be recognized.
Good morning. On behalf of the faculty of the School of Arts and Sciences, we welcome you into the university. As you prepare to join the Tufts community, it is our hope that through your experiences here, you will gain in knowledge and in wisdom. Congratulations, you are now officially matriculated. Please be seated.
Members of the Jackson Jills, an a cappella group, will now perform A Light on the Hill, followed by Shadows of the Night by Pat Benatar.
Lighting a path for the world to see, letting the light of Tufts shine through, letting your light for the world to see, letting a light for the world to see, letting a light for the world to see, letting a light for the world to see. We're running, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're running with the shadows of the night. So baby, take my hand, you'll be alright. Surrender all your dreams to me tonight. They'll come true in the end.
You said, oh girl, it's a cold world when you keep it all to yourself. I said you can't hide on the inside all the pain you've ever felt. Ransom my heart, but baby, don't look back, 'cause we've got nobody else. We're running with the shadows of the night. So baby, take my hand, it'll be alright. Surrender all your dreams to me tonight. They'll come true in the end. You know that sometimes it all feels like it's all moving way too fast. Use every alibi and words you deny. That love ain't meant to last. You can cry tough, baby, it's alright. You can let me down easy, but not tonight. We're running with the shadows of the night. So baby, take my hand, it'll be alright. Surrender all your dreams to me tonight. They'll come true in this. And now the hands of crime are standing still. Midnight angel, won't you say you will? We're running with the shadows of the night. So baby, take my hand, it'll be alright. Surrender all your dreams to me tonight. They'll come true in the end.
We're running with the shadows of the night. So baby, take my hand, you'll be alright. Surrender all your dreams to me tonight. They'll come true in the end. We're running with the shadows of the night. So baby, take my hand, you'll be alright. Surrender all your dreams to me tonight. They'll come true in the end. We're running with the shadows of the night.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our Provost and Senior Vice President, Caroline Jenko.
Good morning, everyone. To the class of 2029, it's an honor to be with you, your family, and your friends who have joined us this morning to kick off the beginning of your journey here at Tufts. I bring you welcoming remarks from the entire academic community. This morning, I would like to share with you my perspective as a student, as a parent, and now today as Provost of Tufts University. Like many of you today, I was the first to attend college in my family. My own journey as an undergraduate student fostered both my scientific curiosity and my artistic creativity. As a biology major, I spent long days in the lab, but as a dance minor, I also spent endless hours in the dance studio, learning something new that brought me great joy and, importantly, personal satisfaction. This matriculation ceremony marks the beginning of your own academic and important personal journey, a chance to grow as both a scholar and as an individual. So I'm also a parent, and I remember feeling quite emotional as I dropped off my own children to college. All three of them went to college in the Boston area, and most of them were only just a couple miles away from home. But nonetheless, it was a milestone. So while this is a milestone for you as students, it's also a milestone for the parents and loved ones who have helped you to get here this morning. Family and friends, thank you for everything you have done, and importantly, will continue to do even when you leave here this morning to support this incredible group of students. Now, as Provost of the university, I have the privilege of overseeing Tufts undergraduate, graduate, and professional schools, 10 in total, across our 4 distinct campuses. What I personally have found to be most unique about Tufts is the breadth of educational and research experience available to all of our students. We offer a diverse curriculum, outstanding research opportunities, and have a deep commitment to civic engagement. During your time at Tufts, we will provide you with transformative experiences that will equip you to address the increasingly complex challenges facing our communities here in the Boston area and globally across the world. From day one today of your Tufts journey, you'll have opportunities to grow inside and outside of the classroom with access to an array of courses and experiential learning. I encourage you to take advantage of all these opportunities. Take a class you would normally not sign up for. Explore and lend a hand in our neighboring communities. And allow yourself to see where your questions and your curiosities will take you. Today marks the first day of 2 major academic ceremonies during your Tufts career. Although I'm sure it's very difficult to imagine now, and especially for your parents and loved ones, the second ceremony will be your commencement. We look forward to witnessing all the discoveries you will make during your time here and celebrating them together as a community at your 2029 graduation. Whether it's on the athletic fields, the art studios, on stage, the laboratories, the library, studying abroad, or work in our neighboring communities, we can't wait to see what you will do next. So now I have the privilege of introducing President Sunil Kumar, the 14th president of Tufts University, as our next speaker. You can clap. Sunil joined Tufts in 2023 and also serves not only as president, but as a professor in the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering at our School of Engineering. At Tufts, his priorities include achieving the best possible outcomes for all Tufts students and ensuring that the university provides an experience that enables all of you to become responsible leaders in our society, regardless of your chosen career. Sunil is also focused on improving access to Tufts for non-traditional students, investing in faculty recruitment and retention, enhancing the research enterprise, and ensuring that civic engagement remains a key aspect of your time here at Tufts. Please join me in welcoming President Sunil Kumar.
Thank you, Caroline, for that kind introduction. Welcome to the parents, families, and loved ones joining us here on the quad on this beautiful day. It's like this 364 days a year in Boston. And those joining via live stream, whether from campus or from around the world. Thank you, trustees Ted Ty and Marianne Eunice, for joining us today on stage as we welcome our newest jumbos. And welcome, Tufts class of 2029. How I envy you. When you look back on this day in 20 years, trust me when I say that you probably won't remember how nervous you felt or how embarrassed you were with the behavior of your parents. Instead, what I expect you will recall the most is that sense of pure, unadulterated excitement. I encourage you to hold on to that feeling and let it be your guiding light, not only during your time at Tufts, but throughout your life. Matriculation addresses are, of course, designed to dampen that excitement. They intend to be long and tedious, replete with platitudes and cliches. In that spirit, I would like to devote a significant portion of my address to the class I have taught under various titles and guises over the past 30 years. A simple way to describe the essential course content is decision-making over time. Picking a path for a robot negotiating a crowded room, or deciding which drug to advance into clinical trials, are both examples of making decisions over time. The key feature of the decisions made is that their outcomes cannot be predicted with certainty. We learn more about the consequences of our decisions as time goes by. Of course, as any academic who's overly steeped in their own interests, I consider the theme of my course as a good metaphor for life. As Søren Kierkegaard, the Danish philosopher, wrote in his journal, it is really true what philosophy tells us, that life must be understood backwards. But with this, one forgets the second proposition, that it must be lived forwards. A proposition which, the more it is subjected to careful thought, the more it ends up concluding precisely that life at any given moment cannot really ever be fully understood. Exactly because there is no single moment where time stops completely in order for me to understand going backwards. Other than a shameless self-promotion of my course, why bring this up at Matriculation? And Kierkegaard, of all people. It is because, starting today, you're freer than you were ever before. There are many different freedoms, and nearly all of them converge on the university campus. Freedom to satisfy your curiosity and explore. Freedom to develop your own identity. Freedom to worship or not. Freedom to pursue ideas wherever they may lead without undue interference. And of course, the freedom to quench your thirst for knowledge. A natural counterpart to freedom is the need to make decisions, of course. How and when to exercise those freedoms? You have made decisions before, including the excellent one to come to Tufts. You will have plenty more choices to make. Some of you already have a sound plan, which has worked out courses and internships and future careers and so on. Others intend to go with the flow. Make no mistake, choosing to go with the flow is a decision nonetheless. I stand before you to argue against both alternatives. Arguing against planning? I can already see the angry emails and social media posts from the parents. I'm not arguing against all plans, just those that want to, quote unquote, make the most of every day towards a very definite end. First of all, this doesn't feel like fun to me. And I'm a big fan of fun. Come to think of it, I may have had a bit too much of it in my college years. Second, this approach doesn't take advantage of what Tufts has to offer. I like to say that Tufts is big enough that you can achieve anything, but it's also small enough that you can try anything. To not take advantage of all the choices, the freedoms that Tufts offers seems short-sighted to me. How do you know, as an electrical engineering major, that a philosophy course won't prove beneficial? Kierkegaard does help understand dynamic decision-making. Finally, and most importantly, a sound plan undervalues exploration. To go back to my course, a robot cannot negotiate an unfamiliar room crowded with people by picking a path up front and sticking to it. It has to venture down a path, learn along the way, and stop and backtrack when necessary. At times, it might seem like the robot is doing something goofy, but there's value to that goofiness in the form of learning and adaptation. We are, of course, not robots. In my mind, that means we must value learning and adaptation more, not less. Doing what you've done before, or what seems easy, speaking and listening only with those who agree with you, hanging only with those you're comfortable with, may all seem like good choices in the short term. But believe me, they will let you down in the long run. The best decision I have made in my life, understood, as Kierkegaard said, with the benefit of 35 years of hindsight, was to turn down a prestigious and well-paying job with one of India's preeminent companies to instead go to graduate school. To be entirely honest, I did it mostly because I hated the job. But I did jump into the uncertain, knowing that at worst, I would learn something. That willingness to explore and take risks has served me well. If you had said to me 35 years ago that this day would come when I would be speaking to you as a university president, I would have simply dismissed you, thinking that you needed to consume fewer controlled substances. I realize that what I've said so far may give you the impression that I'm preaching. But in reality, I'm also reminding the university, and by extension myself, of the responsibility we have to provide you with the transformative experiences that will challenge you, broaden your horizons, and question rather than reaffirm your beliefs. And we cannot tell you to do these things if we are unable to do the same ourselves. Over the next several weeks, we'll be making some announcements about how the university will be taking steps to better support academic freedom and a plurality of perspectives on campus. Through these actions, we'll be demonstrating our commitment to creating an environment in which a wide range of voices are heard and can flourish. I encourage you to engage with these perspectives and contribute your own viewpoints to the conversation as well. These perspectives and opportunities don't always have to be serious. As I said before, I'm a big fan of fun. Pursuits can simply be fun. So, before I conclude my formal remarks, I'd like to announce a call for proposals for funding events. This is the third year I would have asked for such proposals. Successful proposals will have the cost of an event covered if A, they're good, clean, and safe events. 2, they're not profligate. As you'll soon learn, I'm incredibly cheap. 3, they're open to any member of the Tufts community. And 4, and most importantly, they have no purpose other than simply being fun. Anything that reeks of utility will be denied. In the past, events that were funded included a private screening of the Taylor Swift movie. I didn't see it. An EDM competition, and last year, a dance showcase on the President's lawn. I can't wait to see what you'll cook up this year. Today marks the beginning of an exciting journey, as others have reminded you. But I want to tell you that it's a privilege for me to be part of it. I look forward to getting to know you during your time here, and I can't wait to see what you'll accomplish. What else is there to say now? But congratulations and welcome to Tufts Universities. You are jumbos now, and you'll be jumbos forever. Thank you.
The assembly will please rise. Tufts a cappella group, the Jackson Jills, will now lead us in singing the first two verses of Dear Alma Mater, after which humanist chaplain Anthony Cruz Pantejas will offer the benediction.
We come beside thy knee, dear alma mater, first book of mystery, dear alma mater. We track the story past, dear alma mater, over plains of learning vast we'll see, dear alma mater, with thee. Speed on thy sunlit way, dear alma mater. We vow new faith today, dear alma mater. May glory lies thy name, dear alma mater. All thy children sing thy fame, dear alma mater, forever.
I can't see. Ah. Sorry, I can't see. Thank you. As you can see, we're modeling support. Welcome, class of 2029. This pivotal moment calls for courage. Not just the bold kind that faces obvious challenges, but the quiet courage needed to question assumptions, sit with uncertainty, and stay open when answers are hard to find. Find guidance in unexpected places, professors who challenge you, classmates whose perspective shake up your certainties, and maybe even in your growing wisdom. Trust your intuition, even when it leads you through confusion, rethinking, and clarity. What awaits you is nothing then aliveness, the electric feeling of minds awakening to new possibilities. This energy close up in late night conversations or in those 24-hour crunches before any given deadline that change your outlook. In sudden insights during ordinary moments, and in realizing that learning isn't just preparation for life, but life itself. Welcome to this passage. Explore, have fun, be goofy, and intentionally do less. Welcome, class of 2029.
Families, thank you for joining us today. After the ceremony, we would like to invite you to stop by Dowling Hall for refreshments as you depart campus. Students, please follow your orientation schedule for lunch in the dining halls. Please remain standing while the platform party and faculty recess to the music of Tuftonia's Day.
T-U-F-T-S, T-U-F-T-S, hurrah, 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 for the dear old brown and blue, brown and steady and true, rush along, brown and blue. Raise a mighty score today, fearless tear down the field and never, never yield, brown and blue for, brown and blue for A. Hammer them hard, boys, and break through their guard, that is old Tuftonia's way. Glorious banner once again, we'll wave o'er Tuftonia's day. T-U-F-T-S, T-U-F-T-S, hurrah, 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 for the dear old brown and brown up on the hill. Ba-da-da-bop, bop, bop, ba-da-da-bop, 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 bop, bop, ba-da-da-bop, ba-da-da-bop, bop, bop. In the fight we'll raise the standard of dear old Tufts to glory. Bop, ba-da-da-bop, bop, bop, ba-da-da-bop, ba-da-da-bop. It's bound to soar. Now one goal more. Nothing can stop us. It's Tufts.